Hi Spurs Kings TV, it's James from Hoops and Dreams QPR YouTube channel, providing another update on Min-hyeok's loan at Queen's Park Rangers. This update is following 3 more appearances for Yang. He started at home to Cardiff, he was on the left wing, he came on as a sub then against Oxford in midweek and scored, and then he started leading the line for us against Bristol City. So an eventful week for him and for QPR. The Cardiff match first up, honestly, there's so little to comment on. It was such a drab football match, very little action, and a deserving 0-0. Yang played for an hour, and despite his good cameo against Stoke the previous week, which I spoke about, he struggled to make any impact in this game at all. And if anything, there was just more evidence of how he's struggling with the defensive side of the game in this country at the moment. No tackles attempted. He only won 1 out of 5 ground duels, 50% of his aerial duels. He lost control in the box on one occasion and started arguing with the referee for handball rather than fighting to get the ball back. It's those adjustments and moments that I guess the loan is there to iron out. And in a game of poor performances from pretty much everyone on the pitch, Yang still somehow managed to stand out as one of the worst, and he was subsequently dropped back to the bench for the midweek trip to Oxford. Despite us having no fit striker, all 4 of them injured at this point in time, he still didn't manage to get into the attacking quartet, which tells you something about his level of performance against Cardiff. Also, I think there was an element of Martí Cifuentes wanting him to come off the bench and have the impact that he had against Stoke the previous week, and that is exactly what he got, because Yang came on against Oxford just after the hour mark, just after Oxford had got a goal back, so it was 2-1 to QPR when he came on, and he was sent on to be our focal point up front. He had to press and scrap, and he did bust a gut to chase defenders down. Fair play to Yang, he never stopped running, and he was rewarded with a goal on the 90th minute that sealed the game for QPR, the second goal of his loan, the second away from home, and also the second with his left foot, and it was a really lovely finish too. He let the ball come across him, and then he could slot it back across goal with his left foot, and it had to be inch perfect to beat the keeper from the angle he was at, and it went in off the far post. It led to fantastic scenes as it secured QPR's first win for nearly 2 months and snapped a run of 6 away defeats in a row. That impressive cameo from Yang meant he earned himself a start against Bristol City on Saturday, and again, in the absence of us having any strikers fully fit, he was leading the line in a makeshift forward trio, I suppose it was up there. He did well again. The general consensus of QPR fans is the opening 30 minutes of the match were our best 30 minutes of the season, and Yang played his part in that with lots of energy, pressing, linking well when required, good movement leading the line, and he played a part in QPR's goal in a 1-1 draw. He received the ball on the edge of the box, touched it back to Nicholas Madsen, who crossed for Dembele to score. He had a few driving runs in both games against Bristol City and Oxford where it felt like he didn't decide what he wanted to do. So he's overall, I think he's lost that little bit of freedom he maybe saw in his first few appearances where he was just driving at players and shooting, and let's say he was playing more carefree to begin with. One example of that against Bristol City, he had a wonderful touch past the defender inside QPR's half, and it allowed him to run like 60 yards to the edge of the Bristol City box. But then rather than getting a shot away or releasing it, he just lost it and gave away a foul. So in one hand, it shows the quality that he possesses, but then he also shows how he's still learning and adapting, all within like 10-15 seconds of his play. Overall in that game though, he played 87 minutes, had 3 shots, 1 was saved, 1 blocked, 1 wide, and the latter one was a great opportunity. He probably would have scored if the ball to him had been better, but he couldn't quite set his feet to shoot correctly. Overall, I feel like the 3 matches are a good microcosm of his loan so far. A poor match where you'd wonder what he's offering, then a superb finish and goal in his next match, and then a good all-round performance to finish. And I suppose it's exactly why he is on loan at QPR, to iron out these kinks in his game, to help him become more consistent. But he's definitely showing he can play anywhere across the front line. It's not been easy for him playing here, there and everywhere. So fair play to him to responding to a poor display with 2 decent performances. Next up for QPR is 2 matches over the Easter weekend against Preston and Swansea. If he's involved, I'll provide another update then. And until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.